early in the morning, one day I got an offer for $250 for the property. I want to say 4 to 6 hours later, I got an offer for $700,000 on the same property. And I told them, I said, well, if you want the commission off the property, you'll have to give me $750. And they gave me $750. And I sold it and closed it within 6 months to the day from when I bought it. And even though I paid a high rate of interest, even though I had to make payments in the meantime, I started out with $0 in my hands, $0 invested. And 6 months later, I had $515,000 in a 1031 exchange.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm your host, Erika, and today I'm excited to be joined by Ed Ferris. He's shaking things up in the real estate and investing space. Ed, I'm glad to have you on the show today.
Thank you for the invitation.
I think our listeners are going to have a lot to learn from your experience in the real estate world. So let's jump on in here. First, Ed, can you share more about your story and what inspired you to get started in real estate and investing?
I've always had an interest in real estate ever since I was a youngster, even a teen probably. Although my path was altered many times throughout my life. And I graduated high school at 17. My dad died a week later. I had to drop out of school at college and support the family because we had a family-owned business. And then, many things come along the way, hurdles you have to overcome and challenges you have to, withstand. I'm from Connecticut originally. I've lived in California, lived in Colorado, lived in Florida, lived in Martha's Vineyard. I've lived, in various places. But when I came to Arizona, I just fell in love with Arizona. Actually, in the beginning, I thought it was kind of weird because everything was brown. There was really no forest and trees. But if you go an hour or two north, you're in the forest and trees. Arizona has every climate under the sun. And I came to love Arizona, and I don't think I'll ever live anywhere else. Although the real estate industry in Arizona offered a lot. There was a lot to do with multifamily when I first got here, and I was involved in multifamily for a decade or so. And then I got into the real estate sales part of it, mostly residential. I have done some commercial as well. In the market in Arizona has, exponentially increased, and a lot of people became very wealthy with real estate because they were able to hang on to their properties through the ups and downs. There's been the RTC, there's been many different debacles over the years that, changed those investments. But I think that in the overall scheme of things, if you were able to hang on to your properties throughout those things, you have done very well. And I started my own firm. I want to say it was probably around 1991 or 92, somewhere in there. I don't even recall, but I've been doing this for quite some time.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Wow. Ed, can you share, more about those early years because you learn a lot in those early years. Were there some lessons there that you still take with you today with what you do in real estate?
Yeah, you always have lessons as you go along. I don't think you ever stop learning. Some of the more valuable lessons, they come too late. It's kind of like hindsight. I know many people in the industry. Some of them were in it for short periods of time, made bundles of money and got out. I know other people that have been in it as long, if not longer than myself, who can't ever seem to get ahead of where they are, even if they hire more agents or do a larger team, because their expenses just get to be more and more. And so they have to bring in more and more. So there's a balance there somewhere. I mean, there are some people that have done very well doing the marketing end of it, and they've gone national with their marketing. And up until that point, they struggled as a broker and a company. But I think if you have your goals set and you're willing to do what it takes to get to where you want to go, you just have to maintain that. And you can make those adjustments along the way, but you can't flip flop. And I mean, I don't know if you see it much, but today you see people that today you have to do flips. Tomorrow you have to do assignments. The day after that, you have to do owner wraps or carries. Then you have to do multifamily. Then you have to do, what is it, group housing. You can't keep changing your goal. You have to maintain a goal and work on that and build what it is you were trying to do in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that you've worn many hats in how you're involved in real estate. How do you decide which opportunity to pursue?
I think if you look at the whole picture, you'll listen on the news. The real estate market is up. The real estate market is down. The real estate market is this. The real estate market is that. That's a very generalization. There are some places, like here in Arizona, Silverleaf or Paradise Valley, if you buy a scrap in either one of those places, I mean, it's going to cost you $1 million. And the average price in both of those places, probably $5 to $8 million. But back in the day, you could have bought something in there for $180,000. So if you're able to hang on to what you do in the long run, real estate is a very stable investment in the long run. In the short run, it could be very volatile. And the volatility, if you're not financially, mentally, emotionally prepared for it, that volatility can make or break whatever it is you're trying to do. So I think that the best thing for someone to do is A, not to put all their apples in one basket, B, understand what it is they're doing and prepare themselves for the long haul. If they're going to do a short haul thing, let's take a flipper. They buy a house and they want to fix it and flip it. If the market takes a little turn while they're doing that, they might not be able to make a profit, might even take a loss. So you have to understand what it is that you're going into and where you're headed with it so that you're prepared for whatever could come about.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Absolutely. Well, if we're talking about the market today, Ed, are there certain strategies that you tend to be using to get the most ROI?
Yeah, if I'm working for a seller, I'm doing my best for them to attract the clients that would be most interested in their property to get the highest and best value out of their property. If I'm working for a buyer, I'm obviously trying to get them the best I can get them for what value they can afford. And there's a lot of balance today, more so. I mean, 4 or 5 years ago, the market was insane. You could have put a sign in your front yard and you'd have 50 offers in, an hour. Today, well, even then, 30% of the offers then, maybe 20% of the offers now are cash buyers who they all are doing the same thing. And they're trying to buy below market so that they can either assign or flip a property and make a profit. But a end user would be willing to pay the seller a little bit more if the seller's willing to put a little bit into the property, some paint, flooring, whatever. They might be able to sell it to an end user, whether it be an investor for a rental property or an owner or principal residence, and get the maximum value out of that property. So today's market, yes, the interest rates matter, but not as much as the price. The price is more important than the interest rates. I mean, I think you and I have had a conversation previously where I think you could pay a much higher rate of interest if the value was there for what you were purchasing.
Yeah. So it's interesting because this might kind of tie in to what else I was gonna wanted to bring up is you mentioned that before that 160-acre land purchase, how you made that a
Well,
success.
actually, it came out of probably one of the worst moments in my life because at that time I came home, my wife had moved with our daughter, wanted a divorce, and I was not in a very good emotional place. So I didn't know what I wanted at that moment because everything that I thought I was working for had disappeared. What happened is I took the airport, which in Phoenix is basically in the center of town. I took the airport and I just started looking around and around and around. I got within about an hour of the airport and I found a piece of property that was marketed for $350,000, but it was canceled. And I spoke with the owner agent who also had her husband and another couple as partners. And I said, would you be interested in, a cash offer on the property if I could find a buyer for it? And they said, sure. So I took it to everybody. I mean, I was only looking to make a sale because I was just not in a good place mentally, emotionally, and psychologically because my whole life fell apart. So I went to everybody and they all thought I was crazy to even bring it up to them because this property was between Mobile and Estrella Mountain Ranch, and you had to drive on a paved road and then 7 miles down a gravel road to get there. Well, Bill Clinton was president at the time, and he designated 350,000 acres across the street to be the Sonoran Desert National Monument. So this corner of property that I purchased, or that I was talking about, was at the very end of where you could construct anything, and then it became a preserve. There is a gravel road that goes all the way through there. There is a gas pipeline that goes through there, but everybody thought I was nuts. So I then started saying to people, look, I don't have the money, but if you know anyone that is willing to loan me the money, I'll buy the property. I did find a client. One of my clients said that they would do that. We made a deal, made the purchase for $175,000. And I wasn't planning on selling it at the time. I thought I'd keep it for like 30 years. Then there was this 10,000 square foot house. The owner used to have a building company here on 10 acres. And I thought maybe I'll trade it with them. And they didn't want to trade because they wanted to sell off the property after he had died. They didn't want any more property. But in that conversation with that agent, there was a gentleman from Chicago that was doing 1031 exchanges with some money he made up there, looking for things to buy. They made me an offer I couldn't refuse.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Early in the morning, one day I got an offer for $250 for the property. I want to say 4 to 6 hours later, I got an offer for $700,000 on the same property. And I told them, I said, well, if you want the commission off the property, you'll have to give me $750. And they gave me $750. And I sold it and closed it within 6 months to the day from when I bought it. And even though I paid a high rate of interest, even though I had to make payments in the meantime, I started out with $0 in my hands, $0 invested. And 6 months later, I had $515,000 in a 1031 exchange. But I mean, obviously 99% of the people wouldn't have done what I did. They all thought I was crazy.
Yeah. So I guess with that in mind, what is kind of like your approach to leveraging risk and doing things differently? How do you weigh that?
You have to understand your markets. You have to understand what it is you're considering. You really need to understand the neighborhoods and the surrounding areas. Arizona is very unique. I've sold very eclectic homes in historic areas for money that you would think is crazy. It's like, wow, that much money for that little tiny house. And then I've sold homes in other areas like Maricopa, 4,000 square feet for $300,000 doesn't make sense. You have to understand all those different market areas, and you have to understand what people are looking for. But Arizona is very unique in the way that it just keeps expanding. So the further out you go, the newer the stuff is, usually the less expensive it is. The further in you go, the older it is, and usually it has more market value because of its convenience. So I weigh many factors: the economy, your job, what you do, where you work, your family circumstances, your personal goals, your desires, and the real estate itself. The real estate itself, you know the old saying, location, location, location. But in Arizona, that is always true. But like Silverleaf was not a location. Silverleaf in Scottsdale was just an area that once they started building it, there are homes over there worth tens of millions of dollars. Some of them probably even surpassed properties in Paradise Valley. But Paradise Valley was always the place for the high-end buyer. Silverleaf is some gorgeous properties for exorbitant prices. That never existed until probably, I don't know, 15 years ago or something, 20 years ago.
That's really something. And what would you say is next on the horizon with all that you've done so far? What are your plans
I'm
next?
rebuilding my own personal portfolio as I help people. I mean, tomorrow I have 2 closings as it is, but that's for clients. I'm rebuilding my own personal portfolio because at one time I did have, I want to say $3.2 million worth of residential properties, which I probably only had $1.7 million invested in. But when the market tanked, all those properties and all their values were less than $1 million. That's how bad it got. So that was the part that affected me the most. Will I do those same things again? No, I won't. I learned many lessons that cost me $1 million. Yeah, they were lessons that, not only do I utilize for myself, I utilize them for my clients as well. My clients don't have to go through that same agony and pain that I went through because I understand it. They don't have to understand it. They don't have to go through it because I won't let them.
That's great. And yeah, you have all that experience and knowledge to help your clients. Well, Ed, this has been a great. Before we wrap up, if somebody wants to connect, collaborate, maybe they need help with buying and selling, what's the best way for them to reach you?
Actually, I'm pretty sure if you just type my name in Arizona Realtor in the computer, you'll find many different ways of contacting me. But again, the best and easiest for me is just to call me. I have 2 phone numbers. One is a unique phone number, 602-568-5377. But when I originally got that number 30 years ago or whatever it was, I was able to pick my number and I wanted to get a number that spelled out lot line. It was not available. So my phone number is 60A LOTLESS. So if you dial 60 a lot less, that's that number. My other number is 480-244. Of course, you can go to homesinparadisevalleyaz.com. You could email me. I have homesinparadisevalleyaz@gmail.com. But I also have like a dozen other means of contacting me. But those are the main ones. I'm sorry, there's a tractor trailer behind me.
It's
He's
all
backing
good.
up. He's going the other direction, but I didn't realize he was coming here.
Yeah. Well, Ed, it was so great having you on the show and sharing your story and your expertise today.
Well, I appreciate the invitation. It was a pleasure to speak with you. And, you're always welcome to give me a shout at any time.
We'll do. For our listeners today, if you enjoyed this episode, Make sure that you're subscribed to the Real Estate Pros podcast. We've got more conversations lined up with experts like Ed, who are out there building fantastic real estate businesses. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.